Okay, we'll go ahead and bring the City Council meeting to order. I'd like to first ask everyone to stand and join in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Phyllis, can you please do roll call?
Craig Koshaw's absent. Matt Dyer?
Here.
Tyler Fulenkamp?
Here.
Scott Murray's absent. Wiley Sir?
Here. Okay. Were you guys given a chance to review the minutes from the last meeting on 10/3?
Make a motion to accept them as emailed.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay. So we have a couple groups here. Let's go ahead and start with Ms. Ward. You're here with the about ribbons?
Yes.
Okay, let's go with that first.
So, good afternoon. Thank you for giving me the time.
Yes.
In the past, I'm representing the American Writers
Okay.
from American Legion Post 43
Yep.
in town. So in the past, they used to go to the mayor and to ask permission to put ribbons around the post on Veterans Day. And I was talking to the coordinator, and she said that we supposed to come and maybe get permission from you. And I did a couple of samples of what would be what we're trying to put in there. In the past, they did this very thin ribbon that did not really look very, very nice. So I want to make sure that it looks nice on those posts. And this one has like a wire on it, and it will stay up a little more. The only reason it's different color is just the width that I wanted to show. And so, but this color is what we will do there. And before they did from 5 Points all the way to north of the railroad track from Fungi. So they did the entire 2nd Street all the way to downtown. I wasn't sure if it was okay to do that, or where, if you give us permission, where would you like to have those? Perhaps from the funeral home to all the way to 5 Points.
They usually did some on Monroe Street too, didn't
There
they?
was they did the bridge
That's
too.
great. And we can do both ways, so I wasn't sure which direction, if it was okay to do them the same way. And we possibly have a sponsorship to cover the cost of some of the ribbon as well. So,
Okay. I think those look great. Yeah, the other ones were a little smaller and just kind of wrapped around there.
this will make a statement.
Yes, I agree. And the veterans deserve it, for sure.
Thank you. And how long would be okay to have them there?
Well, that was going to be my question. When do you think you would take them down?
We usually put them on the day before Veterans Day, so that will be the 10th. And I believe they left them to the end of the month. That, if that's okay with you, would you do the same? And then we have people who put them up, and then folks that come and take them down.
I don't know. That's. I guess I was thinking maybe 2 weeks.
2 weeks? That's fine. 2 weeks would be fine. So, and do we have permission to do them from like Riverside Center, a couple blocks down past 2nd Street, and how far?
Yeah, I'm fine. I mean, so when you go this way, do you put them on, are they on people's trees? Is that where they end up going?
No,
on the poles. Okay.
On the light poles.
Yeah.
Maybe if you said the funeral home, that might be a
good spot to start, to 5 Points, and then Riverside Center to a couple of blocks down past 2nd.
I think that's
Would that
great.
work?
Yeah, that's great.
yeah, maybe to the railroad.
Railroad, okay. Great. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for doing this.
Those are very attractive.
Those will look nice.
And do, like you said, do make a statement.
Yes, like in Fort Wayne when they have the painted town pink for that
Yep.
cancer day. So this one painted town yellow.
There you go. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Suzanne.
Okay, let's just stick with honoring our veterans. We have ladies here from the Daughters of the American Revolution.
If you guys want to come up here, you can. Okay. So, a couple council meetings ago, they were able to come and share the program that they're wanting to do to get veterans banners around downtown. And then they were able to come to the design committee meeting for Main Street. We were able to put together a plan. We talked about it at the past Main Street meeting, and so I'm here with that recommendation. And what we are recommending is for First Street, there are 12 of the light posts, the new black light posts that have the banners that are available to be hung, as well as Monroe Street on the new black banners, and there's 18 there, which would give 30 in total for this first year. Now we are looking at the potential of adding more brackets to the wooden poles that would be on Monroe Street, taking it closer to 13th Street. But for this year, sticking with just those 30 with hope to expand. And this would be from Memorial Day till Veterans Day. And how it would work is they are taking care of the applications and all of that. They'll get everything printed on the banner. It'll then come to my office, and then I will get it to the street department to get those up. After Veterans Day, they would come down, again come to my office. I'll get a hold of Carol, and she will get those to the families of the veterans who purchased them.
And then I believe they have, they're going to have an application process, right? And you guys have some dates right now that...
Yes, and I gave this to Jamie as well. We are planning on being at the public library here in Decatur on Tuesday, October 25th from 5:15 to 7 for people to pick up applications. The actual application gives quite a bit of explanation about the type of photos that will be acceptable. We will take cash or check, but not credit card. And then they will come back on November 15th, again at the library, to bring their application back, their fee, and an acceptable photograph. So that's our plan. And then over the winter, the banners will go to be printed, and they'll be back in the spring.
Okay, great. After you guys were here a couple weeks ago, I had a meeting over in Huntington, and they had those exact same design that you guys brought in here, and they look wonderful. They look really nice. And then I was down in Cicero, and they had them all the way through their town too, and they look really nice. Yep.
It's the statewide program for the DAR uses for things.
Yep.
And it's changed annually.
Okay.
One thing we did talk on Main Street was about looking into having an ordinance to to give structure and guidance using this basic guidelines. So we want to...
And I had talked with Jamie last week, and we had considered entering into a memorandum of understanding with the group so that everyone is on the same page about rights and responsibilities and the time frame, the number of banners, the coverage area that's going to be used, who's going to be responsible for possession of banners when they're not actually hung from the city, and then how they'll get to us and return to.
Right. And also an understanding that, the people that purchase those banners, if there's a storm, something happens to them that where the city or your organization is not liable for those, and just having that really spelled out.
So I've actually got some notes from Jamie and should have an MOU to present for next meeting.
Okay.
And this is the actual size our banners will be.
Very nice.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for taking this initiative. This will be great.
Do you guys have a fee yet? Do you know how much?
They'll be $100.
Okay.
And then the family will receive them after Veterans Day when they go down, right?
Whoever buys them will get them back.
Okay. Great.
Whoever sponsors them.
Great. Okay. Jamie, do you have anything else on here? Okay, looks like,
Do you need a motion to approve Jamie's recommendation, or?
yeah, we do.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay. Okay, we have some ordinances to go through. Let's do, we have a final reading of ordinance 2023-18, annexation of meadows at Cross Creek, section 4.
I'll make a motion to place ordinance 2023-18 on its third reading by short title only.
Second. Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Ordinance number 2023-18, an ordinance of the Common Council of the City of Decatur, Indiana, which annexes certain territory to the City of Decatur, Indiana, commonly known as the Meadows at Cross Creek, Section 4 annexation.
We'll make a motion to pass ordinance 2023-18 on its third reading.
Second. Motion is second. Roll call vote?
Matt Dyer,
Yes.
Tyler Fulenkamp.
Yes.
Wiley Sir.
Yes.
Okay, passes. Great to have that area into the city now.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So how does it sign up? And then I need to notarize your 2 signatures on that, so.
Okay. So we received some READY funding for a couple projects. We have to introduce ordinances which establishes READY grant funds for both those projects. So we'll start with Merit Center READY grant fund first.
That'll be 19.
This is 19.
Yep. I'll make a motion to place ordinance 2023-19 on its first reading by short title only.
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Ordinance number 2023-19, an ordinance of the Common Council of the City of Decatur, Indiana, which establishes a Merit Center READY grant fund, which authorizes the deposit and use of grant-related funds for the purpose of administration of funds towards Merit Center improvement.
Make a motion to pass ordinance 2023-19 on its first reading.
Second.
Motion is second. Roll call vote.
Matt Dyer,
Yes.
Tyler Fulenkamp.
Yes.
Wiley Sir.
Yes. Make a motion to place ordinance 2023-19 on its second reading by short title only.
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Ordinance number 2023-19, an ordinance of the Common Council of the City of Decatur, Indiana, which establishes a Merit Center READY grant fund, which authorizes the deposit and use of grant-related funds for the purpose of administration of funds towards Merit Center improvement. I feel like I should hit stop, rewind.
Make a motion to pass ordinance 2023-19 on its second reading.
Second. Motion is second. Roll call vote?
Matt Dyer.
Yes.
Tyler Fulenkamp.
Yes.
Wiley Sir.
Yes. Is there a reason we should go to the third reading tonight, or?
It's not necessary. It's
Yeah.
not.
We're setting up a fund for grant money.
Yeah, we're not,
Yeah.
it's not something tomorrow we have to act upon, so I'm going to make a motion to table ordinance 2023-19 for its third reading.
It's going to be November 8th.
November 8th.
Because we
November
moved the date to the 8th.
Yeah, November 8th. Okay. For November 8th.
Anybody second?
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. Okay. Table that to the next meeting. Okay, next we have the same thing for the Ready Grant Fund for 138 North 2nd Street.
That'll be ordinance 2023-20.
Make a motion to place ordinance 2023-20 on its first reading by short title only.
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Same sign.
Ordinance number 2023-20, an ordinance of the Common Council of the City of Decatur, Indiana, which establishes a 138 North 2nd Street Ready Grant Fund, which authorizes the deposit and use of grant-related funds for the purpose of administration of funds towards 138 North 2nd Street building improvements.
Make a motion to pass ordinance 2023-20 on its first reading.
Second.
Motion is second. Roll call vote?
Matt Dyer,
Yes.
Tyler Fulenkamp,
Yes.
Wiley Sirk.
Make a motion to place ordinance 2023-20 on its second reading by short title only.
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Same sign.
Ordinance number 2023-20, an ordinance of the Common Council of the City of Decatur, Indiana, which establishes a 138 North 2nd Street Ready Grant Fund, which authorizes the deposit and use of grant-related funds for the purpose of administration of funds towards 138 North 2nd Street building improvements.
Make a motion to pass ordinance 2023-20 on its second reading.
Second.
Motion is second. Roll call vote?
Matt Dyer,
Yes.
Tyler Fulenkamp,
Yes.
Wiley Sirk.
Yes. Make a motion to table ordinance 2023-20 for its third reading to be held on November 8th.
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Same sign. Okay. Still passing on that one. I need Okay. Next we have to introduce another ordinance establishing Paws and Play Dog Park.
Could I don't know, I did take a quick look at it this afternoon, but I really would like to look through it a little more deeply.
Sure.
The ordinance?
The ordinance, yeah.
Okay.
I know I've worked in coordination with Jamie and with Jeremy, and the rules and the application have been discussed and reviewed and gone through and approved by the Decatur Parks and Rec Board,
Okay.
the Parks and Recreation Board, and their recommendation was to use that set of rules to form the guidelines and the ordinance itself. So, the ordinance does establish that the park board would oversee the park and be responsible for the establishment of fees, of member requirements, of the rules and guidelines, and the overall enforcement for any kind of violations of the rules or guidelines. The rules were a compilation of reviewing several other communities, and I worked with the park board in development of those rules and reviewing both, Fort Wayne, Cherubusco, and Bloomington's ordinances, rules, guidelines, membership requirements, and how they structured and operated their dog park.
Okay.
So this is it has been in the works. I know the Parks and Recreation Board has been considering different sets of rules for a couple of months now while the park has been under construction. So it's
As far as like enforcing any violation, so you said the Parks Department is responsible, but how does that enforcement really happen? Is that
the practical application.
Yeah.
So within our ordinance, there was consideration given to existing code sections. So Chapter 90 of our city code deals with animals and identifying an animal that might be considered aggressive or what constitutes a bite, what happens under those kinds of conditions, what happens if an animal is determined to be an aggressive or a vicious animal, what kind of redress there is, and there's an appeals process, and that would actually come before the Board of Works and Public Safety. So once a determination has been made of that kind of an extent, a person would have the right to appeal it in writing to BOW, who would then set a hearing date within 10 days and have the right to hear essentially an appeal of that determination, and they would have the ability to affirm, remand it back for further consideration, or overrule that decision, and that can affect a dog's ability to be present in the dog park itself. And then there are provisions within our park code that establish violations for other kinds of violations, damage, destruction, using the park outside of the regulated hours, which the dog park would comply with the 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. operating hours, just like all the other parks within the city. So in addition to other enforcement proceedings or policies, the dog park would have the ability to either revoke or suspend a person's membership based on the facts and circumstances. They would be subject to fines ranging between $25 up to $500 per violation. And then any person that would be using the park would be subject to our city code and state and federal laws that are applicable, and so they could be subject to prosecution based on violation of something other than a city ordinance.
Mm-hmm. What office then will really be administratively taking care of what Ann has just described?
So the Parks Department is where all of the applications would be coming through in order to qualify for use at the park. It's proposed that there would be a $30 annual fee. It's proposed that any dog that would be part of a household membership would have to have on file all up-to-date vaccination records, would need to be greater than 4 months of age, so puppies under 4 months would not be permitted at the park. But the Parks Department themselves will be regulating that and accepting the memberships and verifying that appropriate information is obtained prior to issuing a pass. And so the rules and guidelines all set out the requirements for qualifications for a membership, and then what the requirements are once owners and dogs are inside the park, and just different guidelines about how the park is to be used.
Okay.
So, but if council would like an opportunity to kind of study this further and make recommendations, by all means.
Is it ready to be opened, or?
Yeah, I think.
I believe the
Chairman, was there some picnic tables for out there. Did we order some with that?
Yeah, they're up
They're out there now?
there. Yeah, we're waiting on the rules and stuff to get approved to be able to.
Oh yeah, because we have to make signs. So once the rules are all approved, we'll make signs for the gate or the fence.
Then it's ready to open.
So it's just waiting on the rules.
Yeah.
Is there a key then? Is that how you get in, or is it a fob?
There's a card system,
Okay.
and then once a year, all the cards will be erased, and then you'll have to come back and get your card reactivated.
Is it $30 per pet or just per household? Do you know?
Per household, is it?
Household.
I was there the other day and a lady was trying to use a credit card to open it. So she just moved here from Fort Wayne and she was really excited. I said, "Can I help you or something?" She says, "This isn't opening." I'm like,
No, this project's a long time coming.
yeah.
And we're just trying to do it right, make sure we get it right covered.
Yep.
I appreciate Am's time, dedicated time, going through everything and making sure that we get everything covered, gets covered the right way the first time. Well, and that's the reason for my questions tonight too, because this was the first council has been able to see anything.
Right.
And so that's...
I could tell you that, I mean,
And I know a lot of work...
Ian and Jamie have looked at a few different ones. Jeremy and myself have been to Waynedale and Huntington, and we've looked at taking pictures of all the rules and all the signs, and so there's been about six dog parks that are all combined into what we're trying to do here. I think, and I get, one of the hard things I think is who has the authorization to throw somebody out of there if they're not cooperating with the rules, and should a city employee call a police officer if they see something? I mean, that's
part of where I was trying to go to.
Yeah, there's not going to be a staffed person supervising the park at any time. So any of the users that would be at Pause and Play would be using that at their own risk. They're assuming liability for themselves and for their dogs, safety and actions towards others and other dogs there. But if an incident does occur, if a parks employee is out and about or patrol, Decatur Police is out on patrol, and they happen to stop and do a site check and see something happening, within these rules and guidelines, it specifically says that these rules can be enforced by a Decatur Parks and Recreation employee, by a Decatur police officer, by Animal Control Authority, by a designee of Common Council of the Decatur City Parks Board. So there is a number of authority figures who, by the very nature of the rules that people get as they sign on for their membership, are very well aware. They're going to be posted on signs at the park. There are numbers listed for animal control. The non-emergency number for Decatur Police is listed within the rules and guidelines as well. So if a parks employee is there and they see something and a person is combative, internally it's been made known or to call Decatur Police to assist with an incident. There are recommendations and procedures for something like if a bite occurs within the park, the procedure to immediately restrain the animal, exit the enclosure, exchange numbers with, the victim or the victim's dog. Not exchange the phone number with the victim's dog, but the victim's dog's owner. Yeah. So those are, there has been an effort to try and be comprehensive in establishment of the rules, guidelines, procedures for how people should conduct themselves within the park and what happens in the event something happens.
Does that make you feel any more comfortable, Wiley, that maybe we could read it on the first time and we could review it? That'll get it out there and everybody knows about it, and then that'll allow us to possibly pass it next meeting. So if they want to get it open yet this year, it's still...
I like that idea because I've been numerous people. They want to use it. They're excited. They see it. They want to get out and
and
use it.
my wife keeps asking me every week when this is going to open, so I understand that very much. So,
I don't think that would be rushing it, but it seems like the only time people find out about anything is when we pass an ordinance for the first time, and then they'll have all their questions, and
so
we get the ball rolling.
I'm fine, or even doing 2 readings, I'm fine with that. So, okay, I will. This is going to be 2023-21. Okay. I will make a motion to place ordinance 2023-21 on its first reading by short title only.
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Same sign.
Ordinance number 2023-21, an ordinance of the Common Council of the City of Decatur amending Chapter 94 of the City of Decatur Code of Ordinances of 2015 as supplemented to add Section 94.50, establishing a dedicated dog park in the City of Decatur.
Make a motion to pass ordinance 2023-21 on its first reading.
Second.
Motion is second. Roll call vote?
Matt Dyer,
Yes.
Tyler Fulenkamp,
Yes.
Wiley Sirk.
Yes. Make a motion to place ordinance 2023-21 on its second reading by short title only.
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Same sign.
Ordinance number 2023-21, an ordinance of the Common Council of the City of Decatur amending Chapter 94 of the City of Decatur Code of Ordinances of 2015 as supplemented to add Section 94.50, establishing a dedicated dog park in the City of Decatur.
Make a motion to pass ordinance 2023-21 on its second reading.
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Same sign.
Roll call.
Roll call vote?
Matt Dyer,
Yes.
Tyler Fulenkamp,
Yes.
Wiley Sirk.
Yes. Make a motion to table ordinance 2023-21 for its third reading on November 8th.
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Same sign.
I really wasn't trying to be dip, but I know lots of work, and this has been a long time coming.
It has
Just
been.
want to verify that we,
Absolutely.
Believe me, I, like everyone else, thought, let's just build it and then open it up, right? There's been a lot of things that have come up over the last couple months, so, and I think, Jamie and Ian and Jeremy, they've done a lot of work at looking at a lot of places and really put a lot of effort into it, so.
Yep. So thank you all. What I would like to see, though, and the park board did agree, and we could still go, is kind of we look towards November sometime after we get everything passed, the actual real ribbon cutting. So if you guys can kind of think about that before the holidays come and everything gets terribly busy, if we could do it in the evening or do it on a Saturday morning or something, that would be greatly appreciated for all the work that's went into that project.
Yeah.
Is if it does get passed, would the fee be $30 for the year, or how does that work? I mean, is it only January?
It's going to carry through next year. The $30 now will carry
Started
through,
and then,
it carries through 2024.
makes sense.
Unless it's a 401k household, that's $30.
I don't have a dog to. I think take a cat there. Can you take cats to a dog park?
No.
No, that's in the rules.
Strongly ill advised.
Not a good idea.
It might be a good place for kids. Kids are on.
I do have a couple boys, so they might just.
Okay. Okay. While we're on that, talking about these parks projects, so we've gotten through a few of them. Got a lot of you probably saw the ribbon cutting at the pickleball, shuffleboard, and volleyball courts the other last Saturday. That went really well. There's a lot of people that attended, and they're getting used very much. Kurt and I started meeting with some of the downtown skateboarders to try to make them not downtown skateboarders and find a place for them to skate. And we've really enjoyed working with these kids. They've the attitude changed once that we saw once they realized we wanted to work with them was just amazing. I mean, these kids had all kinds of ideas. They were showing up at the meetings every 2 weeks, bringing us ideas. So I'm going to ask for some more ARPA funds to finish some more park projects. We have some other things that came up with. So we've done the Keycounters project with stocking the fish pond, which we have officially put 100 bass, 500 bluegill, and 500 crappie in there. That happened a couple weeks ago. The softball field for men in co-ed is about to open. I think they're going to start building it, or doing.
Should be next week.
Okay, next week they're going to start on that. The dog park's closed, so that was the whole Keycounters project. The pickleball and the Riverside project, which also with the landscape and everything. So I'm looking at probably with finishing up all that and the skateboarding. We do have new asphalt down there, but now we're going to have some concrete fixtures made. We're going to order some other different, I don't know what they're all called. They got curves and jumps and different things. But anyway, probably around $60,000 that if we can free that up for park projects, that we can use. With ARPA funds, we'd have to reallocate it, right? And
I need to do an additional appropriation.
additional appropriation, okay. So I think 60 would probably get the skateboard park done and all these other projects buttoned up. I don't know that Kurt, is the plans to do the skateboard park, all those things this winter yet, or are we going to wait till some of it for next spring?
Well, we're going to try and get the concrete work done this year. I figure we'll be waiting. There's no use in getting the fixtures that we're going to actually purchase until next year.
Okay.
Doesn't do it. They're not going to be able to use them this winter anyway.
Okay. And we have allocated all of the ARPA funds next year for just government services or anything, but so I'm asking that if we can go ahead and allocate like $60,000 to keep these park projects going.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Motion and a second. Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Dan, could you repeat, where did you say you're looking to have the skateboard park?
So where it's already at, down by Northwood Park,
Yeah.
which is by the
Okay.
pool, when Jeremy had his crews in for pavement, we had it milled off and all new asphalt put on it. Honestly, when Kurt and I met with these kids the first time, the first thing we asked was, do you not like that area down there? And they said, no, we love the area, it's just a junk.
Yeah.
That was their answer. So that's when these meetings started happening. So that was nice to know that they really liked that area, they just wanted it fixed up.
Yep. Okay.
As far as the pond, since the media's here, I've had a lot of people that are excited about fishing out there want to see us do catch and release for the first, all through next year, to let these new fish grow. Because we did buy mid-sized fish. They're not just little ones, so they wouldn't get eaten by the ones that are already there. So we're going to post some signs and ask people to catch and release through 2024 to give these fish a time to be established and grow. Then come after 2024, we'll probably set some guidelines on limits that people can keep. But, we'd love to see people be able to take them home and have dinner with them. But
What pond is that?
Kikiongo Pond, it's where the old Evergreen Assisted Living used to be.
Next to the Decatur Church of God.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we will post signs and everything, but we're going to have catch and release for.
Put them in already.
Yeah, they're in. They went in two weeks ago.
Okay.
Bass, bluegill, and crappie.
You can't go catch 100 of them, Bob.
Yeah.
500.
And there are still a lot of catfish in there. A couple years ago, the DNR did a stun and they counted a bunch of the fish, and there's still a lot of catfish in there too. Okay. Department heads, Jeremy.
Yard waste cleanup last Friday. We're just finishing up some low odds and ends and some projects. Hopefully we get the leaf started here in the next week or so. Well, what kind of dictates when we start, so once you start raking, we'll be out getting picked up as quick as we can. Did report a few minutes ago that the Kikionga Ball Diamond project should start early next week. They were supposed to have been here last week, but they got delayed on another project. He called me early this morning and said Monday, Tuesday, he'd be bigger to get started. So that would be another nice one to get done here this fall. And other than that, that's about it.
Okay.
Paving is all done. Pavement markings are done. looking for an announcement here, hopefully within a few days, on if we're successful on the next round.
I received an email today that they're doing something in a couple weeks on a Friday.
Okay.
So I'll talk to you about that. Kevin G.
I would say gearing up for the Cow Pumpkin Parade. We'll be posting next week. Just a reminder for where you're going to be able to park and not park and all that. Help us out and help us.
All right.
That's all I got.
All right. Thank you. Jeff.
Nothing.
Kurt.
Good.
Carrie.
October 4th, the outfall project was put into service. Hands from the city department, so thank everybody for their efforts.
Yeah, a big thank you to Josh and to Carrie and all her and people in the Public Works guys that helped. They saved us a lot of money on doing that project, so we're very excited about that. Jamie.
This Friday and Saturday is the final weekend for the Haunted Trail. That is from 7 to 10 out at the Rec Sports Complex. You buy your tickets at the concession stand. Last weekend, it went really well. I mean, it was wet, so might have kept some people away, but this weekend the weather's looking a little nicer.
Yeah, I think even with the weather, I think we had around 500 people
Right around 500 people.
last weekend.
Yeah.
Last year we did about almost 2,000 in 2 weekends.
In total, yeah.
So I have a feeling next weekend's going to be busy, or this weekend's going to be busy.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything from council? Ann?
No.
Phyllis?
No.
All right. Anything from the public? All right. Seeing nothing?
Quick question.
So, yeah.
When are we going to have next meeting? Is it going to be Tuesday, November 7th?
The 8th.
November 8th.
November 8th. Yep. We did that at the beginning of the year. We moved that meeting off of Election Day.
What the ready grants?
What's that?
How much the ready grants?
The Merit Center is
I think it's 290.
290, and the 138 North 2nd Street is 285,000.
290 and 285, thank you.
Yes, sir. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay, motion to pay the claims.
Second.
Motion second to pay the claims. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.